Welcome back and good morning all of you students of Standard 9 to the second video of In the Kingdom of Fools from your textbook Moments. It's a chapter number 4 and the story is taken from A.K. Ramanujan's Folk Tales from India. Now so far we had discussed how the disciple decided to stay back because for his love for food. He was blinded by his love for food and his brain or his conscience was not working. So he couldn't see the obvious which the Guru saw. Now what happened in that kingdom? After the Guru had left and the disciple had settled there and had become as huge as a bull. One day a thief entered a merchant house. He made a hole in the wall to gain access. When he was about to move out of the house, after looting all the things, the wall broke and fell down on his head and he died right there. The thief's younger brother went to the king and complained that his brother was following his ancient trade. Although the ancient trade robbing is a crime. While he was working, the wall fell on his head and he died. The thief's brother was taking advantage of the king's foolishness. He said that the merchant whose wall has fallen down on his brother was the culprit. He should have made a strong wall. He requested the king to punish the merchant and get compensation for his family. Now here is the first foolish thing, the biggest blunder. Stealing is a crime, no matter for how many generations your family has been doing. So there is no trial of a thief who gets injured or who dies while committing a crime. And there is no trial for those. But the king admitted the case and immediately announced the brother accused the merchant was the culprit. The king was so foolish that he did not consider the fact that the dead man was committing theft at the time of his death. He only thought that the man died because the wall fell on him, and the owner of the house whose wall fell on him had to be punished. So he called the merchant. As soon as the merchant appeared, the king asked his name. Then the king asked him whether he was at home when the dead man, the thief, was burglaring his house. The merchant replied that he was at home. The thief made a hole in the wall and entered his house, and when he was trying to go out, the wall fell down on him because it was weak. Then the king told the merchant that he was guilty. He did wrong. Due to his weak wall, the thief died, and now he would be punished. You can see the image of a merchant. Merchant is a trader, basically, who sells things, goods, services, goods in particular, not services. The merchant pleaded in front of the king, requested that, "My lord, it was not my fault. The wall was weak because the person who made the wall did not construct it properly. Hence, you should punish him." And further he added that the wall was made during his father's time. The person who built it was very old. He knew him as he lived nearby. So the king sent his soldier to call the bricklayer who built the house. They tied his hands and feet and brought him in the king's place. The king asked him that did he build the wall, and he replied that yes, he did. The king said that the man had built a weak wall. The wall fell on the poor thief's head and killed him. The bricklayer would be punished for this with death. Now you see the foolishness of all the characters. King was foolish, I understand. The fear of the king was so immense. Even the merchant and the bricklayer didn't come up with the logical argument that, sir, the person was burglar who died while committing a crime. This case should not be admitted. They didn't dare do so because of the fear of king. They could not go against the king's decree. Hence, they started giving foolish excuses. to save themselves. Everyone was passing on the blame to another person. When the king was about to pass an order to execute the bricklayer, he requested the king to listen to him. He agreed that he did not make the wall properly. It was because of a girl who was roaming round in the street and her anklets were making a jingling sound. Due to her anklets jingle sound, he was not able to concentrate on his work and so built a weak wall. It was not his mistake, it was the fault of the girl. He added that he knew where this dancing girl lived. She should be punished instead of him. The king was satisfied with the bricklayer's explanation. He was convinced with him. He tells that this case is very complicated and will not be able to solve it so easily. He ordered his messenger to get the dancer girl. Well, thank you for watching this far. We will take it up from when the dancing girl arrives and what are her excuses for distracting the bricklayer. And finally, what is the verdict of the case in our next video. Till then, all of you study hard and stay safe.